Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin, and I keep this show going round and round and round and round each and every week. Hello.
Clever.
How's the school year going?
It's going. It's
Good.
a blur. Beginning of the school year is always a blur. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're like 10 days in. You're like, what?
What? Pretty soon you'll get through the first month and then
it's like conferences. And then it's like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Exactly. All
and
good.
then it's like February.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, that's the longest month is February.
It
The
totally
first
is.
5 months go like this.
Yeah.
And then
you're
the
in
first 4 months.
So
Here we are
episode
today.
126.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about spinner wheel today.
Spinner wheel.
So last
What's that?
episode, we talked about like 4 websites, and I promised I'd shrink it down to 1 or 2 just because of time's sake. And because when I throw 4 websites at you, I know it's not always easy to get to everything. So spinner wheel is a spinning wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And what's fun about it is while there's a lot of spinning wheels out there, like Wheel of Names, that we've talked about different random generators, those types of things. This one is cool for teachers because you can have more than one wheel spinning at the same time. So because of that, when you are creating your wheels and designing things, you have a ton of different options when it comes to creating your spinning wheels. Okay, are you with me?
I am, yep.
So the website is spinnerwheel.com. spinnerwheel.com. And you can tap to spin the wheel, and it will give you a random twirly thing if you
Did I just hear it spinning on your computer?
You did.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I have an account. So mine just, once it's done spinning, it shoots confetti.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
So what's fun about this one is everything is customizable on your spinning wheel. And not only can you have 1 wheel, 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, you can make your spinning wheels do all kinds of things, not just spin and produce a name or a number.
Sure.
Okay. So you create an account, but you just sign in with, single sign in. You can go to My Wheels, and all of the wheels that you create also are saved for you, which is awesome. And you can make them public, so they're easy to share with other teachers, or you can make them private. It's totally up to you. And you can open them and edit them as you choose to. So if I go to create a wheel and I want to make my own, you can give it a topic. Then there's like a cajillion design choices. So there's themes like archery and bumblebee and Christmas and disco. And then you can pick the color background or the image you want in the background. And then from there, you can choose your wheel and decide all the things. So if you want, you don't have to design your wheels. Like you don't have to make them fancy, but you can, and you have options to make them super obnoxious if you want to. While
Everybody
spinning,
loves a good obnoxious wheel.
So also speaking of this, I don't know if you can catch the sounds on my mic, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. But like you have a whistling beat, William Tell. Like you have all kinds of, you can select from 40 different sounds that you can pick from, how loud you want it to be. You can choose your.
There we go.
Yeah. So that's like the plain ticker one.
Yep.
But you have a billion different choices to pick from.
But you have to have a login, I believe, right?
You have to have it set up. Once it's saved, you can hear them. Yeah.
Okay.
Number of seconds do you want this wheel to spin? Post spin, what you want your success to sound like. That's the train one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just you wait. There's winter effects. So then I use confetti, but there's snow, rain, a storm, or fireworks or confetti cannons that fire off when you're done.
Oh my gosh, these are wonderful.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So
you got a classroom full of boys. There's a toilet flush sound.
Yes. You have to be boys. It could just be middle schoolers.
Yeah, I know.
Rain storms, like lightning, and then sends rain down your screen. After Effects, mind you, this is all before you even create your wheel. This is just the entertaining factor that goes with the theme and your wheel. And what's cool too is you can drop images in your wheel. So if you don't just want like numbers or names or letters, you can upload images or you can choose an image. Like I'm putting a dog on my wheel. Isn't it cute?
Is that like the center of the wheel?
No, it's one of the spokes on the wheel.
Okay.
So like, you know how, let's say Jeopardy, they have like bankrupt, you can make cool little like dogs. And I always think if you have elementary students, maybe you're like sorting by group and like all the dogs go in a group together. Or maybe you're sorting by like you're practicing vocabulary or spelling. Like when something's chosen, like say a dog comes up, spell dog,
Yeah.
So you can practice all different kinds of things with the spinning wheel, which is super fun. Then add your values, whatever you want them to be, names, numbers, how many things you want, names and people you want on there. You can choose your wheel palette. You hit publish and kabam, you have a wheel. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Can I show you? Oh, I'm showing. Isn't he so cute? I did make the dog in the center of mine this time.
Yep.
So that's an option. But then while you have your cute little wheel, all you have to do is click when you're once you've created one, there's edit, results, hide, or add. You just click add. What? Then you've got two of the same wheel.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
And then once you spin them, you can spin, you just click on one wheel to spin it, to tap to spin, or you can hear it maybe whirling.
Mm-hmm.
But then also you can hit spin. Yeah, my sound effects are fun. Then you can hit spin all, and then it gets them all going at once. But you can put 4 or 5 on there and just keep adding wheels until your heart's content. And add another wheel.
I was playing around and I set my wheel spin time to 1 minute and 20 seconds, or to 2 minutes.
And another wheel.
That's too long.
I have 5 wheels now. Boom. Publish.
Boom.
So it's so much fun. So you can create groups. They have it set up where you can create math. And that's when I might be able to link onto the website. They have a few pre-done ones and you can share them between teachers as well, which is pretty awesome. And so you can do a math spinning wheel where it kicks out like a number, like a multiplication and a number, and then another number, like negatives, a positive, and whatever. And they have to create either a problem or have them answer it. So when they're random, you spin them all at once, let it drop, and then it'll give you the math problem, which is cool.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, this is 3x, like 3 times 3 minus 6. And so calculate is what it says. And then kids can practice their math facts that way, which is neat. Again, you can do it for like journal entries. You can do it for like topics of an essay. You can do it for vocabulary definitions and groups. You can do so many different things. And what's cool is you have the flexibility of making them all beautiful, fun, and exciting, but also it saves them all for you. So you don't have to recreate them from scratch every time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can open and edit them as you choose to as well.
That's cool.
So yeah, spinnerwheel.com, super helpful for both actual like content practice and also classroom management for group work and random name generators when you need to create things, but theme it with your topic of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got a little magic going on in my classroom on occasion.
Picking who's coming up to speak first to the class.
Right? That seems kind of mean, but you can totally do that. Hey, you're on there.
Hey, you can put their faces on there.
But when they're like
with your face in the middle.
Or when there's like 3 kids that always want to go first, and you're like, okay, then that can pick which of the kids that always, volunteer to go first. Leaders for the class, recess, who reads out loud, project stuff. Anyway, so spinnerwheel.com is just fun. So you got your wheels handy, but this one kind of ups the ante, and then it saves them all for you, which is always fantastic because then you don't have to hunt down the things that you created before once you've created them once. And if you have a class list and you've got them all loaded in, you can just modify that wheel with everyone's name in it instead of typing every kid's name in all the time.
Love
Which
it.
to me saves a lot of time when you got 6 different classes of kids.
Yeah.
So. Also, for back to school, just so you know, there's like an autumn background with an autumn color scheme, and you can put little pumpkins in them, and they're adorable.
Oh.
So there's that too.
Yeah, and
You're
you can
welcome.
go back and see the results, and
It's fun.
just neat. I could play with this for hours. Maybe I will after this. Maybe instead of editing this episode,
You're just gonna.
if you hear a lot of uhs and ums in this episode, that's because I lost track of time just spinning wheels.
Yay! All right, episode 126. Have a little fun these first few weeks of school, hey?
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com or shoot me an email at techtoolsforteacherspodcast@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Please buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi or visit smartnwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do. And we'll talk to you next week right here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.